quads and adductors at Elite, it's gonna be fucking nasty. All right guys, let's get it started. Today I had the pleasure of having Warrior for Christ here join me, fellow YouTuber, and I'll tell you what, he definitely brought the heat today. It was a great session, and let me talk you through about everything that we did because he wanted to get in, experience what it's like to do a leg day with me. So we started with leg curls, and these are all non-fatiguing because at the end of the day, we already hit legs hard early in the week with hamstrings and glutes. So with these, I just wanted to get warm. I did 6 sets, just working my way down to the stack for a set of 8. Again, I did not take 150 to failure. I just got a good 8. And then the first 3 of these sets I actually supersetted with walking lunges body weight with no shoes on. And that's just to really warm my hip flexors up because I knew we had a lot of pressing coming our way and I didn't want to go in with tight hip flexors because I had to sit a lot today. Today's Saturday, so that means a lot of client emails for me this morning. So I'm gonna make sure my hip flexors were good and loose before we got into the true work. All right, so these adductors, you guys know the drill. Just work my way down the stack, which is stacked here at Elite's 200, and then we pinned 3/4 on there with a gym pin and did a set of, I think I ended up getting 8 1/4 reps. And I'll tell you what, I am freaking thrilled with that, especially being the second leg day of the week. It's one of those things, if you want to get big, thick, impressive legs, you have to do adductor, ADD, and just work the piss out of it. This is not a girl machine, guys. This is a machine you have to get on and bust your tail. All right, so now into quads. So what we want to do here is did a couple sets of 15 to kind of get my mind right for quads and transitioned out of adductors. From there, as you all know, we did the John Meadows warm up. So 15, 15, 6, 6, 4, 3, and then we have my new little twist on it where I drop back down to the second mini set weight, which today was 90, and I just get as many as I can until I reach failure. So today I think I got 9.5 there with 90, and that just kicks off a killer quad pump before going on to some leg press. All right guys, first exercise that I'd really consider the meat and potatoes of my quad portion is gonna be the leg press. So just worked our way up to 6 plates here and then just tried to gut out 20. I did 15 nonstop and those last 5 were just absolute torture to get. And those, to me, those last 5 are the ones that count. So that was the top set. The back off, strip down to 3. And I'm gonna come down, get a pause in the hole, drive to 3/4 lockout. Again here, just going until I can barely get any more. I think I ended up getting 14 or 15. But that pump, by this point, my quads were full blown. I could have honestly walked out of the gym at that point. roll, you're 10. Hands up your quads, I got it. And then to finish the day, this superset, I'm telling you all right now, this is the second week of me doing it, and I cannot tell you how much I freaking love it. It fires me up just thinking about it, because I literally get nervous. Worship to 3 plates on this rogue belt squat for 10. And if you notice, the stance I'm taking here is a wide stance, toes out, because today's quad and adductor, so I want to really smash that inner thigh. In my mind, when I look at my stage shots, I think my inner thighs can get a shitload thicker, and it's just going to make my legs look even more impressive. So I'm hitting this wider stance belt squat because it feels really good and safe for 10. Then from there, it's right onto the Tru Squat. Last week I got worked up to a plate, got 10. This week I told Chaz I want plate and a quarter for 10. And those first 6 rolled really smooth. Those last 4 I had to freaking fight for. So the first time I ever did a Tru Squat with John, he had 3 plates and a 10 on there. So in my mind, that's what I'm working towards. I want to get 3 plates and a 10 for 10 reps. It's not gonna be easy, but one of the things I always loved about Mountain Dog programming is he, early on in his writings, he would always put exactly what him and Dave Tate did, and I would always try to match those numbers. Even though I was drastically smaller than him, I wanted to keep up with his strength, so when I stepped in the gym to train with him, I was gonna match that shit, and I wasn't gonna get sent home because I had to pull weight off the bar. So in my mind, 3 plates and a 10 is what I'm chasing. Up and down. Come on.
Hello family, I am Warf Christ ATL, and I met this guy, as he'll let you guys know, a few months ago at a grocery store, and he allowed me to come in and do legs with him today, and man, it's been a long time since I've been pushed. I greatly appreciate it. I'm a little wobbly right now, feel like I got a butt whooping, so I'm grateful for it, and I'm looking forward to getting stronger and better and learning from this guy here.
Let me ask you, man, what was that leg day like in comparison to what you normally do?
Well, honestly, it was a lot better, a lot more challenging. Different experience, hadn't been pushed in a long time, so I greatly appreciate it.
Very welcome, man. And then anything that you say was a takeaway, because a lot of people will say, man, I want to know what it's like to train with me. What would you say? What is your takeaway? What did you learn? What are you going to go apply to your training sessions next week?
Well, I tell you what, a lot more supersets, that's for sure. And as someone who is not a bodybuilder per se, I was curious as to whether or not I could be able to hang with him, and even when it got tough, he was able to push me through. So, hey, if you ever work with this guy, you'll be set.
The cool thing about today, I know he's not used to this style of training, but at the end of the day, man, like none of that matters. And to me, what matters is here, and really here. And you know, there's always scenarios within any given workout, and it doesn't matter if it's a workout or life, that's gonna kick you in the teeth. And there were multiple times where I'm sure he felt like he wanted to rack it, but we got 5, 10, 15 more, and probably used more weight than he has ever used on some of these machines. And the coolest thing about that is what he's gonna be able to do is next week when he steps in the gym by himself, he's gonna think, man, like I got 6 plates on that leg press for 20, or I pinned weight to the adductor machine, or you know, I used the Tru Squat machine today the first time, and honestly, in this gym at Elite, no one has had a plate and a quarter on that thing yet. So, you know, it's one of those things where a lot of times it's just right here, it's holding you back, or right here, because you ain't scared to put it on the line for 60 to 90 minutes. I mean, I think we timed it, that was like a 55-minute quad workout. And to me, like if you can't dump and empty the tank for 55 minutes, like you don't truly care about progression. So I really appreciate him. We'll tag his YouTube channel. I'll get Chaz to link it in there for you guys so you can check him out and see what he's teaching everybody, because unlike me, it's a pretty much bodybuilding channel. He's got a lot of cool stuff on his that's, you know, where it's calisthenics, getting off the couch, moving, unique exercises to help low back health. You know, he sent me a ton of his videos, and you know, it's a different avenue, but at the end of the day, we all come together because we love this place, we love to work hard and get after it. So I appreciate it, dude.
Thank you, Chris.
Yep, there you have it, guys. Last hard day before a deload next week. I could not be more thrilled with how this final push went in the gym today. We had football practice this morning, I had a shitload of client updates, and you know, to be able to come in here and release all that energy and aggression, like, just feels good. And I honestly, I can't tell you guys how much I appreciate Dwayne for letting me come in here and be able to lift the way I want to lift. No holds bar, scream, spit, throw shit on the floor, dripping sweat off my nose. Like, you can't emulate this training session in a normal commercial gym. They won't allow it. And you know, I'm just fortunate enough to live in the right area, have the right friends, and a guy who understands hardcore bodybuilding at its finest. And there's a reason I go to a gym that has a national level competitor that runs the place, because he gets what we do, he gets what we're after, because he's been about this life. And if you guys like this video, make sure you comment below, like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, Chris on TV. Next week is cake for me, deload 3 days and 4 off days. So looking forward to that. All right, quick rant here, because I can't, I'm all fucking fired up after today's session. I can't tell you how many people say, oh, rest days suck, or deloads suck, or off days suck. Let me tell you what I think. If you think they suck, you aren't training hard enough. You're training like a fucking pussy. Because if you truly bust your balls, I'm telling you right now, my body needs time off. I am looking forward to a deload and time off next week. And that way it's just gonna re-energize my body, allow me to rest, to recover, and then the following week I come back in and it's back to hard fucking training. So if you are saying those things that I said at the beginning of this, if you're saying you hate rest days, if you hate off days, if you hate deloads, off weeks, it's because you aren't training hard enough. And I challenge you right now on the camera, to get better, train harder, and I'm telling you, right now, if you are saying those things, you are not working to your max capacity.